reality is that climate change is having a great impact now, and responding by going to zero net energy will have great impacts on both our economies. Going to zero net energy means decarbonizing our economies, which means a real transition throughout the economy, in our businesses and our industry. And on the one hand, that means there's an opportunity for whole new industries to come up. It's going to be really great new industries that give a lot of opportunities for new jobs and economic growth. And at the same time, that means that some of the traditional industries are going to be in turmoil. The example I tend to think of is Governor Newsom has talked about zero sales of internal combustion engines starting in 2035. Well, that, on the one hand, is a phenomenal opportunity for zero-emission vehicles, cars and trucks. On the other hand, that means that traditional cars, are going to have to totally revisit how they operate. That also means that gas stations on every corner are going to have to be converted to charging. So that's a phenomenal transition, lots of opportunities and challenges. But at the same time, that's in response to climate change. And certainly climate change, with or without us going to zero net energy, are going to have huge impacts on both our countries. Obviously, the small and medium companies are among where a lot of that innovation comes from, and so we did two things to help there. One is obviously we had a lot of grants, and we do those based upon merit. So if we got a proposal from a small company, frankly, without a track record, but it was clear it had a very good idea, we would fund it. Now, not all of those were going to work, but giving people the opportunity to help drive innovation through California. We also put money into what are called incubators. And so what we did is we gave money to organizations that would set up office space for those new entities, and it would have combined facilities for them. It would have machine shops, it would have chemistry labs, it would basically have all kinds of equipment which those new innovation companies could then use. And at the same time, they had a lot of backup things for them. They had legal support. They had people who would help them train to become managers, and also would help them as they developed their ideas, trying to get those to the point they could go out and market those. Not every idea is going to pan out, but you can imagine if you took some of your best and brightest students who were graduating, who had bright new ideas, and you gave them an opportunity to grow those into businesses, that, again, there's a lot of benefit. So it's important to really look at the small and medium businesses, look at what they need, and figure out ways to really harness that energy and innovation. Obviously, when we first talked about going forward, the idea was obviously to get the best and brightest from Berkeley, UCLA, from the UC system in general, dealing with Chinese universities, like particularly Tsinghua, to really bring together joint teams to track climate issues. Essentially, you need to come up with the next generation of technologies or institutions or creativity to deal with climate change.